the Neuralink in Gertrude's head. So this Neuralink connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here. All right, welcome to the Neuralink product demo. I'm really excited to show you what we've got. I think it's going to blow your mind. So I want to emphasize the purpose of Neuralink. Like, what's our goal? Our goal is to solve important spine and brain problems with a seamlessly implanted device. So you want to have a device that you can basically put in your head and feel and look totally normal, but it solves some important problem in your brain or spine. So going into the Neuralink architecture, what we've done over the past year is dramatically simplify the device. So we about a year ago, we had a device which had multiple parts, including a piece that it had to sort of sit behind your ear, and it was complex, and you wouldn't still look totally normal. You'd have a thing behind your ear. So we've simplified this to simply something that is about the size of a large coin, and it goes in your skull, replaces a piece of skull, and the wires then connect within a few centimeters or about an inch away from the device. And this is sort of what it looks like. So, yeah. This is our little device. It does, that thing at the bottom is just to hold the threads in place, because they're just like little fine wires. I mean, frankly, to sort of simplify this, what we're, I mean, it's more complicated than this, but it's, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires. Our current prototype, version 0.9, has about 1,000 channels, so that's about 100 times better than the next best consumer device that's available. And it's a 23 millimeters by 8 millimeters. It actually fits quite nicely in your skull, because your skull is about 10 millimeters thick. So it fits, it goes flush with your skull, it's invisible, and all you can see afterwards is this tiny scar. And if it's under your hair, you can't see it at all. In fact, I could have a Neuralink right now, and you wouldn't know. Anyway, so it's also inductively charged, so it's charged in the same way that you charge a smartwatch or a phone. And so you can use it all day, charge it at night, and have full functionality. So you would really, it would be completely seamless, and yeah, no wires. In terms of getting a link, so that, you need to have the device, a great device, and you also need to have a great robot that puts in the electrodes and does the surgery. So you want the surgery to be as automated and as possible, and the only way you can achieve the level of precision that's needed is with an advanced robot. The link procedure, the installation of a link, done in under an hour. So you can basically go in the morning and leave the hospital in the afternoon. And it can be done without general anesthesia. So this is our surgical robot. And we actually ultimately want this robot to do essentially the entire surgery. So in everything from incision, removing the skull, inserting the electrodes, placing the device, and then closing things up and having you ready to leave. So we want to have a fully automated system. So this shows you at sort of close-up view, which I think is actually not too gruesome, of the electrodes being inserted in the brain. And if you look closely, you'll see that it's a little counterintuitive that if the electrodes are inserted very carefully, that there's no bleeding. And so if you have very tiny electrodes, and if they're inserted very carefully, so that the robot actually images the brain and makes sure to avoid any veins or arteries, so that the electrodes can be inserted with no noticeable damage. So you will have no noticeable neural damage in inserting the link. So does it actually work? And what I'm excited to show you, I call it like the Three Little Pigs demo. And if our animal handlers, we're bringing out the pigs. And what we're going to show you is well, I'll walk right over and show you. So what we have in pen number 1 is Joyce. And she does not have an implant. Obviously healthy and happy. We're trying to get Gertrude out. And this is how you know it's a live demo. So here's Dorothy. And in the case of Dorothy, Dorothy used to have an implant, and then we removed the implant. So this is a very important thing to demonstrate is reversibility. So if you have a Neuralink, and then you decide you don't want it, or you want to get an upgrade, and the Neuralink is removed, is it removed in such a way that you are still healthy and happy afterwards? And what Dorothy illustrates is that you can put in the Neuralink, remove it, and be healthy, happy, and indistinguishable from a normal pig. Well, thanks, Dorothy.
This year, our children have experienced life changes that will be a defining moment in shaping who they are. And
Here we go. Great. Okay. Great. Okay. This is a high energy pig. All right. Gertrude, thanks for coming out. So what the beeps you're hearing are real-time signals from the Neuralink in Gertrude's head. So this Neuralink connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here. And so on the screen, you can see each of the spikes from the 1,024 electrodes. And then if she snuffles around, touches her snout in the ground, or you kind of feed her some food, pigs love food, then you can see the neurons will fire much more than when you're not touching the snout. And that's what's making the beeping sound. All right, cool. So as you can see, we have a healthy and happy pig, initially shy, but obviously high energy and you know, kind of loving life. And she's had the implant for 2 months. So this is a healthy and happy pig with an implant that is 2 months old and working well. Yeah. All right, cool. And then we actually have, I hope this works, so we said, well, what if we do 2 Neuralink implants? And we've been able to do dual Neuralink implants in, actually I think 3 pigs at this point, and we have a couple of them here. And we've been able to show that you can actually have multiple Neuralinks implanted, and again, healthy and happy and indistinguishable from a normal pig. So, so it's possible to have multiple links in your head and have them all be sending out signals and be working well. All right, so we just showed you a demonstration of reading brain activity. And let's see, probably see that. As I was saying, each of those dots represents a neural spike, and the blue chart at the bottom is showing an accumulation of neural spikes in that region. So in terms of additional brain reading activity, when we have, say, one of our pigs on a treadmill, pig on a treadmill. It's a funny concept, really. And we take the readings from the neurons, and we try to predict the position of the joints. And so we have the predicted position of the joints, and then we measure the actual position of the joints. You can see that they're almost exactly aligned. So we're able, with a wireless neural implant, to actually predict the position of all of the limbs in the pig's body with very high accuracy. Now, in terms of writing to the brain or stimulating neurons, we also need precise control of the electric field in space and time. We need a wide range of current for different brain regions. Some regions require delicate stimulation, some require a lot of current, and you want obviously no harm to the brain over time. And the way we, part of the way we analyze the stimulating neurons is with a 2-photon microscopy. I always have trouble pronouncing that, microscopy. It's very impressive technique.
All right, as you've seen, I'm not gonna play the rest of it. You guys can watch that on your own. I think there's a longer version of this. It was a presentation. Super cool. Yeah, I think it was way longer than this. I think the original video. I just wanted to show this a little bit from the beginning of the clip that I found. Now he's doing these brain chips, and they're testing them on pigs. But we already know that the technology of the microchip is already here. And as you've seen, how he was talking about how he was showing how the one pig didn't have one at all, and he was showing like the functions, trying to make sure, man, like trying to make sure everybody's believing it, man. Trying to make sure it looks nice, it sounds nice to get, it looks safe. You could do this and do that, and at the beginning you saw some of the benefits, so-called benefits from getting it. They're talking about the whole point of them doing this to try to help spinal things and stuff along those natures, as you've seen at the beginning. And then now you see how they're trying to build up how the technology on the chips are here, but how it's getting closer and closer. Even though that wasn't in particular a RFID chip, it was something along that effect. Now that one actually connects in your brain, as you've seen. And it was actual footage from them actually putting it. I don't know. I think it was the pig's brain. I don't think they said who brain they put it in, but I believe it was a pig, because that was a demonstration. But it might have been humans. But they actually take part of your skull, which is already going off. It was no make no cuttings in your flesh. So they cut a piece of your skull. Then they put that type of implant in your skull. But then they have the wires that actually connect inside your brain. And that's all electronic stuff. So who knows what they'll be able to do to your body. You know, Esau is very crafty. Very, very crafty. So who knows what they're going to do once it's actually connected to your brain. And it's some type of chip. Who knows what they're going to be able to do and control and shut down your body, shut down certain organs, and do this, because it's actually inside your brain. And it's showing you how there was no bleeding at all, or nothing going wrong once they connected those little wires, or whatever they were. I'm calling wires actually inside your brain. That's completely going off. That is completely going off. But you see how Elon Musk, Edomite, see how he presented it. You see how he showed. See, look, this is the one, the pig that doesn't have it. This is the pig that had it but got it removed, and that's the pig that has it currently. And then when later, I believe he said in the part that third pig has 2 of them in there. Has 2 of them. You see? And then it's gonna be the same exact thing when the chip is starting getting pushed here in America, because we know it's all over the place. The same thing that's gonna happen once it starts to get pushed. They're gonna start showing you all types of, which they already have commercials and stuff. They're gonna show you commercials, presentations, and they're gonna have people probably come up, see, I got the chip and I can do this. People going, whoa, you can call people from your hand, you can do this, you can just swipe your card, you can go in the restaurants and just pay with your hand. Oh, that's so cool, and do that. But that's completely going off. We are not to take the chip, because that chip is the mark of the beast. You see how they do it, even though it wasn't particularly in particular the RFID chip they were showing, but it's the same thing that is going to be the same. There's going to be the same type of functions and stuff like that. It's going to be placed inside your body somewhere. So they gonna say it's going to help this, help that, might help your outside, might help your eyesight, improve your spinal something, so you can be able to walk again. They're going to try to start saying that it can do miracles, so then people can start taking it without being skeptical of, your grandma haven't walked in so-and-so years. Shit, I might just take that so I can walk again. I miss walking. I might do this and that. Esau says, yeah. They're going to try to push it. This is the thing with Esau. They push something so subtly that it makes people just want to do it anyway. See? So it's going to be like, it's not going to be iffy about it. You'd be like, they're going to just volunteer to do it. Like, yeah, let's do that. Hey, you want to get that trip with me tomorrow? Yeah, bro, let's go do that. Yeah. You see? And then eventually, we know it's going to be mandatory. You're going to have that, or you already know what's going to happen. You see? So, and I seen it's over a week old. I heard about it not too a couple days ago, but can't let me do that because I heard about it, but I didn't actually see the video, so I didn't know if it was true or not. But then Well, I seen a clip from the presentation, but I want to watch the full thing to make sure it's true. And it actually is, man. Putting chips inside pigs to test it, but that, even though that wasn't the RFID chip, but you see what they're trying to do, man. They're giving you the intel, the inside scoop of what they're really trying to do. Connecting the wires to your brain. They're putting it inside you. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back to that part where it showed you, and it was showing the brain frequency and the waves and stuff. It was showing all that. Let me see if I can go to the part where it's saying when it was putting inside the brain. Because that's what you saw. Hey, time is moving, man. Then they have the machine. That's how you know knowledge is being increased. He was talking about that machine that was on his right hand side. They were showing you how the machine. They want the machine to do the whole operation.
Placing a device.
They're making robots to cut open PCO skull, implant something, make sure it connects in your brain, and then patch your skull back up. So this shows you
look at sort of a close-up view, which I think is actually not too gruesome, of the electrodes being inserted in the brain. And if you look closely, you'll see that it's a little counterintuitive that if the electrodes are inserted very carefully, that there's no bleeding.
Look at that. It plugs in your brain.
If you have very tiny electrodes, and if they're inserted very carefully, so that the robot actually images the brain and makes sure to avoid any veins or arteries, so that the electrodes can be inserted with no noticeable damage. So you will have no noticeable neural damage in inserting the link. So,
and you see how when he was showing it, he also mentioned that can only be done by a robot. Why? Because humans don't have 100% steady hands, so there's no way they can do it. So there's like, yeah, let's have the robot do it. You see how crafty they are how you saw this when they do stuff like this. You have to watch out for that, man. Let's get some scripture. That's gonna be it. I just wanted to show y'all. That. Some scriptures that I wanted. This is Daniel. Daniel 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And what does it say? It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Seal it to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Knowledge is going to be increased at the end. And what type of knowledge do you see going on? They want machines to do whole surgeries now, man. No human interaction at all. They want the machine to do it. All this technology and stuff. Now they're having machines where they can put the wires in your brain, put part of your skull back on, and you go out about your normal day like nothing, like you just didn't have something implanted in your brain, man. That's how you know we're coming into that time of the mark of the beast, man. Which is already here in other countries, and it's probably here in some states in America, but it's just not mandatory yet, because we're coming to that mandatory time that it is. And we are not to take that chip, because there's other camps. Well, mark of the beast, not the chip, brother. Spiritual. Okay, it doesn't make any sense that it's spiritual. And what is the philosophy or the spiritual mark that they're going to put in your right hand or in your forehead, man? Because if they say it's Christianity or whatever the case, how are they going to put Christianity in your right hand or on your forehead, man? They're going to take a picture of Caesar Borgia and put it in your hand, or they're going to say, do you have this mark? You could just easily just say, yeah, I have the Christianity mark. I do. All right, let them go. No, man, no. It doesn't even make any sense. People can't even prove that. Because when you go into the word, let's go to it. Just type in Revelation. The beast. So let's go straight to it. I don't know what just happened right there. That was weird. Mark of the beast. Go. Revelation 13. We do this all the time. Read it real quick. 16. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. We're going to go to the word, which you already know what it is. Harigma. But we say karagma. And all the definitions, I made a lesson last week dealing with this and how the dude was going into how they started making a chip, talking about they needed a certain brain part of the body where the temperature changes the most, or some along that line. He was saying he was going into the making of it. Definition: a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. All physical things, man. See, so I don't, you let, hey, you don't understand that the mark of the beast is the chip, then look, I don't know what to tip. Through, and I thought you knew. And the people, and you understand, the people that don't think it's the mark of the beast, they're going to take it. They're going to take it. See? So, the people that's pushing that, it's not the mark of the beast, what are they going to do? They're going to take it. And so is their followers. You're going to have a lot of blood on your hands for doing that. Because that's what it is. And then, also, you're advised not advised, it's in the law. Take that back, Slakia. Take that back. I mean, it's in the law for you not to make covenants in your flesh. In order for them to put that chip in your forehead or in your hand, they have to prick your skin, man. They have to go in your flesh to plant it in there. Do you see? So that's going off right there. And we know if whoever takes the mark, what's going to happen, man? They're going to be destroyed. So this Elon Musk thing that he got going on with the brain implant and putting it in pigs and trying to show you in presentation, it's completely going off. And of course, we're coming into that time to where these presentations and stuff is going to start happening because it's getting ready to be pushed. It's getting ready to take forth place. It's getting ready to take forth place on the earth. I don't know what this dude's talking about in the conversation. Ever since I got my implants, I have an intense desire to buy a Tesla. I don't know what he's talking about. But we're not to take that chip, man. And you see it happening forth on your right before your eyes, man. It's unfolding. You can hear the beeping, you can hear it sending wave, you can hear all this stuff, man. The technology is here.
Our real-time signals from the Neuralink in Gertrude's head. So this Neuralink connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around,
and best believe when that's best believe Esau is going to be able to see all that information, man. They're showing it right now. Best believe when people start getting them chips, they're going to be able to see all that, all your bodily functions, what's going on in your body. The people that do take it, all types of stuff, man. And Lord willing, we don't take that chip, man. You see, because it's easy to say what you want to do until the situation comes where you're hungry, having ate 3 days, haven't drunk water in 4 days, starving, kids crying. It's easy to say what you're not going to do. But you say, Lord willing, man. Lord willing that we should do this or we should do that. Like the scriptures say. So, that's meant to be it. Probably going to end up watching the full thing. It's not too super long. I want to see what else. Because there's probably some more information in here. And so, if you guys want to watch the video, it's right here. You just type in Elon Musk brain chip or whatever, and then all the things will pop up. Or you can just type in this right here, Neuralink Elon Musk entire brain chip presentation in 14 minutes. So somebody cut down the video. This wasn't the actual thing. So yeah, just hope this lesson was edifying, and I'll catch you guys at another one. Shalom.